What's up, you guys? I'm BATJAC J.W. and I'm reading comments, and I'd like to address something on the channel here. And one thing is, I appreciate everybody that comes on and comments, and for the most part, all the supportive comments that I'm talking about. Obviously, you know, for all the negative stuff that really doesn't serve our gun community any good, period, it's never going to be posted on my channel anyway. So. But for the most part, all we've been getting really is supportive comments, and it's really been really awesome to get all that and to see all the support. And one thing that on my channel here, you will always, I will try my best to get back to everybody. It may not be right away, but I try to make sure everybody knows that their comments being read and appreciated. And I figured I kind of do this little video right here and just kind of go over some stuff and look at some of the recent comments and kind of go over it. And this first one right up here on the video here, movies and guns. You guys know I love movies and guns, and I apologize if I can't pronounce your name correctly. So this one, I don't want to butcher your name. So it says, I love my Smith & Wesson Model 36. It's funny when you watch a movie and you can recognize the guns that you have. It makes you appreciate it even more somehow. I totally understand that because, yeah, I do that. You know, it's interesting when you watch them when you're like, oh, I have that gun. It's in the safe, right? You know, that's really cool. Another one that I really appreciated was Brian Schmidt. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Brian. I apologize if I'm not. He commented on my Hateful Eight video that I did talking about Quentin Tarantino's movie, and he said, in his opinion, 2 hours and 48 minutes is a bit too long for today's short attention spans. He felt that Tarantino could have shaved off an hour without harming the story. Just his opinion, of course, which I value that, Brian. I really, that's one of the big things I posted a video like that, doing a movie review, was I was hoping to get other people's opinions on what they thought about the film. I went to go see it as not being a very big Tarantino fan. Yes, if you can believe old BATJAC J.W. just said that, I am not the biggest Quentin Tarantino fan. Although the Hateful Eight made me respect a little bit more, to his credit, of his movies and stuff like that. I really did enjoy the movie, and you know, and I'm glad that people like Brian here was commenting on that and sharing his opinions on it. And as for my longtime subscriber and a good supporter, Russ Elder, he said he just finished watching True Grit, and it put a tear in his eyes when he says to Kim Darby in the end, how's that for a fat old man? And, you know, I know what you mean, Russ. That was a really powerful statement coming from old the Duke himself there. It was a really powerful movie. That movie, you know, towards John Wayne's career, towards the end there, you know, he was really making movies that had a certain type of emotion in it that I think it was really coming across the screen, as you knew that John Wayne was knowing that his time was limited, that it was coming, you know, kind of short, and he wasn't being able to do certain things. And I think that the emotion that he put into it was towards the end of a lot of, especially the Shootist. The Shootist is a real tearjerker for me, just because of all the personal things that was even behind the movie. So anyway, we got one here from the Gunfighter 45 ACP. He's been commenting a lot on my channel, which is really cool. I appreciate it. He says, yep, Brannigan and McHugh, movie guns, is my favorite topic on this channel. Well, thank you very much, because it is mine. I'm currently looking for a Smith & Wesson Model 19 like Eastwood's in a Perfect World. I haven't seen that movie in a while. I'll have to check that out. He's also been watching Fury a lot. Fury is a good movie. I saw that in a theater. It made me want an M3 grease gun. Although I wish they would remake the M3 grease gun in semi-automatic, so we could all own one, you know, because that's a cool gun. A lot of cool history with that. Scott F, always commenting on my stuff. I appreciate it, Scott, and I know you follow me on my vlog channel or vlog channel. So he says, nice collection and great story story behind them. Yes, it is. In fact, let me respond back to your comment right now. Yes, Scott, and thank you. this. Okay, so Scott, when you read that reply to your comment there, you'll see this part in the video. So, okay. Gun Collector 007 commented on Movies and Guns, and he says, LOL, I'll bet you can guess which one I liked. Well, Gun Collector 007, I could only take a wild guess, but anyway, I've put a lot of Easter eggs in some of my movies just strictly for Mr. Gun Collector 007, and he picks them up, man. I tell you, James Bond. We gotta love James Bond. Okay, so what do we got here? Jelly Bryce. I had the same question about how come no one wanted more Model 19s during Lethal Weapon. Ha ha ha. I did wonder that. You know, I guess maybe because during the time when it was being filmed, you know, it was kind of like the Beretta was the new thing and everything, you know. So, good question. You know, I of course it's you know, I don't know. For me, I wanted the Beretta, but then I started falling in love with the Model 19 as well. But yeah, definitely the thing that sticks out the most to me in Lethal Weapon is, Mel Gibson's Beretta. Maybe it's because Mel Gibson steals the screen or the scenes, everything he's in, you know, because you're always watching him. You're like, what's Martin Riggs going to do now? Okay. All right. Let's see. This one came in from Mike Lynch. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and it says he commented on my video on staining the polymer ivory grips that you buy from the market to an aged yellow look using leather dye. For those of you that have been trying to do a bunch of different types of things to stain them, try leather dye because it does work. He was asking me how many applications do you use for a lighter pair to get the lighter pair to get the desired effect or whatnot. I did reply back to that. I said, you know, the dye does work very fast if you use it straight on. So the best way I found was to dilute it and hold it back, because you can always add, but you can't subtract as easy. I've never had to try to get the dye off of those grips. I don't know. Maybe you could lightly sand them, but anyway, always go in slow amounts, like cooking, you know, adding the ingredients little by little instead of just dumping a whole can of it in there and then going, uh-oh, it's too salty. Anyway, all right. My new friend and good friend now, John Scott, he says, glad to see you use them something for other than fast draw, and we're referring to the wax bullets, and they are fun to shoot. And I guess he's going to switch to orange bullets, easier to load. They do get soft in the extreme heat. I did wonder about that, John, about the hotter areas of the world, where, you know, other states, if the heat would actually melt them. As I actually left one in the car one time and it did melt. Okay. Leo Guy responded on my grease for your guns. He says that he uses the grease on his rails and CLP on the barrel. I've been using the grease. I got an update video coming up here, so I've been really enjoying it. Crazy Scotsman, really appreciate it. He said he had a 2-inch snubby Colt in his shop and it was unfired. If I was interested, I definitely appreciate the kind offer. Crazy Scotsman. Unfortunately, right now my budgets are low. That's why you guys haven't seen much new purchases from me on the channel, but just trying to gather up new guns here and there where we can, that are either from local viewers or whatnot that we can bring to you, or right here in the shop. But I appreciate the offer, buddy. That's really kind of you. And normally, if I had the money, I would definitely be interested in that, as I'm kind of a Colt fanboy. Buzz Clark, he is asked on my Lee hand press reloading kit He's new to reloading. How do you set the distance between the die and the hand press itself, and the measurement to confirm the correct when you put the bullets together? It is really hard to say that or explain that. I think it's easier if you had somebody show you on the machine, or on the dies themselves. But they do have a micro adjustment on the top that you can just you screw the die into the press, and then increase the depth for seating and crimping and all that. It's a little hard to explain that. I should do a video on that, really, with all my reloading videos I've done. D Win was he said, "Thank you. I'm glad you showed this on the wax bullets. You're welcome, Win. I've always been interested in always trying to show new products that if I've discovered them, and it's really fun. Share the fun, share the wealth. Why keep it a secret?" Trees are blowing. Good friend of mine, been a supporter. I support him back. He said it was a neat product on the wax bullets. It is a neat product. Stephen Bush, my buddy from Oklahoma there, he says, "But can they kill on the wax bullets?" I don't know. I'd assume you might be able to kill something small with it, but I never been shot with it, but I'm sure it would hurt like heck. I have to get a chronograph, I guess, if I wanted to test it out. I'm not sure how much it was cost or anything, but they do have some velocity behind it. Okay. Varen, I'm sorry. I don't know how to say your last name here. Varen K, if that's okay if I say that. Too old to start reloading. That is a good thing. If not, they would find me in the backyard also. That's okay. There is everything. There's a product for everybody, and there's a lot of things even myself I won't do because I just don't want to get into it, but that's okay. I don't want to mispronounce it, but the comment, Sharma, I want to say, if that's your the last name here on the thing, says, "Nice wax bullets. I also make wax slugs for 12 gauge ammo." I've done that too. It's interesting what wax will do inside of a shot shell. It's pretty impressive. Alright, so what do we got here? Yeah, if you hear all that racket, it's the neighbors below, or right here on the other side, their shop. Alright, Lead 8541 said, "Wax bullets are great fun." Yes, they are, Lead. I have been enjoying them a lot. And yeah, well, here we go. The Gun Enthusiast, my brother over there in Texas. I actually did the wax bullet introduction video mainly for him, and he says, "Thanks for the video, bro. I definitely got to try this." Yes, you do. I want to see you making a video with that, brother. Okay. Let's see. Hey, look at that. Andreas Ricardo. He started reloading today. That was 2 days ago. Congratulations, Andreas. It's a lot of fun, and you'll find it's going to save you a little bit of money. You'll shoot a lot more at the range, but you'll find that as long as you have all the components, it's really neat to have all of the availability at your fingertips. Bob Hartman, really, I've been noticing a lot of comments coming in from Bob and a lot of support. I appreciate it. He commented on the Remington Model 10, and he says, "Seems like that old school design shows how future thinking they were." Yes, it is. If you look at a lot of designs, especially from John Moses Browning, and how a lot of it's still used today. A great example of that obviously is the 1911. Over 100 years, that design is still here, still going, and look at how many different gun makers make that gun. So, Matthew Robinson commented on my Rock Island Armory M206 disassembly video, and he says, "Great video. As much as I try not to like this gun, I seem to be failing miserably, as I'd rather have a good used Model 10, 15, or preferably a Model 19 snub for the money. Yes, it's pretty hard to beat a Smith, Matthew. Smith & Wesson does make a really good revolver, and I definitely would like to have a Model 19 stub myself. Maybe someday. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. Machine Gun Kelly has always been commenting on the thing, and he commented on my custom aged John Wayne grips. If you haven't seen the video, check it out. He says, nice handiwork, man. Well, thank you, Kelly. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you going out there and making all the videos with a lot of information on what's going on with the ammo world out there. And my buddy, Mr. Holster, he commented on the same video of the John Wayne grips, and he says, very nice looking grips, Pard. Well, thank you, Mr. Holster, and I will certainly be there for the SHOT Show because it is coming up here in about half an hour. Yes, it is Friday. You guys will probably see this video in a couple of days. I'll get it uploaded for you. Tomorrow is JW's radio. Well, you would have already seen it. Hopefully you saw it. Go back and watch it. All right. Okay, so Ed USAF commented on my grips again. Awesome job, bro. They are beautiful. Well, thank you very much, Ed. It's been a long time of tinkering around with them and messing around with them. As Michigan Arms, my brother Steve over there from Livonia, Michigan, he commented on that on the grips there, and he says they came out great, bro. Yes, they have. I hope maybe we can get you fitted out with some. My brother PR Veteran. He's been a subscriber of mine for a long time. He says, great job, bro, on those grips. Thank you. Thank you, PR Veteran. Thank you. Okay, and Sean Callahan commented on the grips. Nice work. These are some sweet-looking grips. Those are some sweet-looking grips. Thank you, Sean Callahan. And I've always liked your profile picture. That really can make your day. Gene Williams said, very good review, thank you, sir, on the Ruger SR 1911. Well, you're very welcome, Gene. I try to do a lot of the good reviews and give everybody a close-up look at the gun so that they can truly see everything. Joe P., another really good supporter of the channel, always there, Joe. He's always supporting me in so many ways, and I thank you, Joe. I thank you for being here. And he said, nice on my custom grips. 454 Packer, I guess, P-A-K-R. He says, nice work on the grips. Well, thank you, Packer, 454 Packer. Appreciate that. All right, loading more. My Hollow Point, another great guy. I've actually watched his channel a lot before I started making videos on mine, and he commented on my grips, and thank you very much, My Hollow Point. Real Cobra Burnout. You make me laugh, man. I really like it, especially your little minion Easter egg shoot. He says, excellent job on the grips, and I appreciate that. Don Stromberg commented on my Browning high power takedown. He says, a fine and important firearm. Yes, it is, Don. Yes, it is. It's very important. I think a lot of those older designs. TR Prepper, another supporter of mine, and I support him back, commented on the Browning takedown. He says, awesome firearm, way ahead of its time. Yes, it was. If you think about that, 1935, really cool. Okay. I Carry One, really another great guy. He's commented on my Browning high power takedown video. He says, you just reminded me of something. I haven't done a review on my Israeli Korean MK11 yet. Well, I guess we're going to be waiting. I Carry One. DJ45 says, so sweet on my Browning high power takedown. Thank you, DJ45 ACP. Smitty Smith, being a M9 man, have hacked on these pistols before, but no more. These crazy guns are the real deal, and the carbines are even better. We were talking about the High Point pistols review I did, and you're right, and I said to him, thanks, and he says, you bet, brother, and I appreciate that, Smitty Smith, for being here on the channel, being a subscriber and a supporter. So anyway, I don't want this video to run too long, but anyway, if you enjoyed this, we'll continue to do this. just me sitting back, reading some of the comments from you folks and the support, and I've been appreciating it. Excuse me. I've been appreciating it very much so. So, anyway, I'm BATJAC J.W. Enjoy your rest of your day. I'm signing out for now. Like, share, and subscribe, and please remember your support here on the channel is greatly appreciated, and I try my best to get to all of you and make sure your support is recognized and welcomed.